man. I had to get with you, man, because I was like, nah, he got a story to tell, and it's like some people need to hear that, and that's what this is about. Like, it's really just about like I'm trying to get to the people that everybody is not going to be able to talk to. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you're not going to be able to get there,
Yeah.
but you got a story that people need to hear, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Is I'm trying to like open up to a different lane and try to engage with people on a different level because you know what I'm saying I coached, but you know what I'm saying right now social media is huge, and I think that for people like you that I mean you just another person in the game that has been through adversity that people a lot of people are never going to be able to hear their story, you know what I'm saying, because you're not on NFL Network, you're not on, you know what I'm saying, the major,
SEC, where
yeah, like you're not on it. Yeah, you're
yeah.
not on ACC network. You're not on SEC network. But like to be as young as you are and to do what you've done and been what you've been through, bro. You know your story is it needs to be told because there's gonna be people. There's gonna be other Anfernee Williams after you that
Yeah.
is gonna need to hear that to need to know exactly what they went through. So I'm jumping right in, bro. Like I don't want to waste no time. You know what I'm saying? We got I had to get I don't know if you tapped into these. I don't know if they got these. You can see them at
But Long Island,
yeah,
yeah.
Cut Water. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna get a sponsorship from them, soon. But listen, man, I mean, like before this whole thing even get rolling, like again, I appreciate you for doing this because I know, trust me, when I saw the schedule, I started cracking up. I'm like, I used to be on that same schedule, like
7 a.m. to 10 p.m., man.
and
Crazy.
it's nonstop. It ain't no breaks, no time to breathe, no time
No
to
doubt.
think.
By the time you lay down, time to get up
You
again.
locked in, bro. You locked in. I already know, but like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta drop these. Yo, I had to go on the bio and read everything and make sure that I was accurate in what I'm saying. So let me make sure I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me. You feel
All
me?
right.
Like if I'm wrong, tell me. But high school, it was 1299 and 16 touchdowns.
Yeah,
First
16 rush.
team, first team all region, second team all metro, first team kickoff and punt return.
Yes.
Impact Player of the Year,
Yes.
all from Georgia.
Georgia, man.
That's
South,
crazy.
man.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. So this is from high school now. I'm gonna take it even farther. We going from Camilla, Georgia. That's where you from, right?
Yeah, Camilla.
What's up with that? Talk to me about that.
I say probably like 5, 6,000 people, small town. Everybody trying to make it out. It's basically the basics of a neighborhood. You either gonna shoot, rap, ball, or hustle to make it out.
Okay. Is that far from Atlanta? Like how far
Probably
is that from Atlanta?
like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Okay. All right. And then was it you had siblings, right?
Yeah,
How many was in the household with you?
just me and my little brother for real.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, he was pretty good too. He played ball too, right?
Yeah, defensive player of the year 2 times in a row.
Got you. So y'all was your people's because look, so my undergrad major was science and human performance. So like we studied a lot about like genetics and things like that. Like was your people's like was they
My,
athletes, your pops, your moms?
yeah, my mom was like that in basketball and softball. My dad was all around.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Okay. Did he have you what he had you doing? What they had you doing when you was a youngin'? Like I know you and your brother was beefing.
like straight basketball for real. Like it's crazy that I played football. Like I was a hooper for real. Like that's what I basketball. I didn't start playing football till like 11, 12 for real.
I seen that. I seen it. I seen that. Yo, so I was going to dive into that. You segued it because I'm thinking like, okay, he got a basketball background, so you was like that in ball.
I can hoop, man. I can hoop for sure.
Yeah. What you play? What was your position?
Like point guard, shooting guard. I really can shoot the tray ball. I'm left-handed, so
Are you ambidextrous left-handed or like you just naturally a lefty? Like what is it?
like I'm that natural left. My mom a lefty, so I guess she passed it down to me.
Oh, all right. Your mom who?
Yeah, she hoop for sure. Like she like that.
Okay. So what was the transition from football from basketball to football? Like talk me through that.
Basically I started running track and I seen how fast I was on the track and they like everybody would tell me like, boy, you get on the football field, you be all right. So I started like my ninth grade year. I played kick return. I got a kick return ticket to the crib, my first one. And it was like, dang, well, I need to be playing football. Like, I couldn't dunk. So, my uncle don't like, you can't dunk. What you playing basketball for? So I just traded over.
Okay. All right. And then what was you running in track?
Like I ran the 1, I ran the 2, and 4x1.
Got you. Got you. What was the heats like? Like what was your favorite out of all those? What was the favorite one for you?
I say 4x1 for real.
Four by
Like,
one.
yeah, I bring that
Because
thing.
you was getting busy. You about to say you was the anchor leg. You was getting
Yeah,
busy.
last leg. So we down, we losing. I'm gonna bring it back.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So obviously the microscope of athletics in the South is crazy. Everybody's like, that's where the athletes is at.
Yeah.
Somebody that was in that, like, was it that real being somebody from the South? Like I know because you kind of got the best of both worlds being up north, but like talk to me about like the athletes down south. Like who was coming up in your time that was like really like that, and you was like, all right, like this is some real energy out here.
Like, I mean, everybody like that. Like, I was a freshman. I had this senior. He was like #1 in the state. He was going to UGA. Then he had his bro. He was getting recruited by Wake Forest. Like, ooh, I didn't even know what college was. And then guys like Mark Rick coming through, Dabo Sweeney, and these are the guys that I'm competing with. And
Right.
I ended up starting as a freshman, like with these guys. So, you know,
So
it just
I got you. So they was coming like Mark because I'm with like listen.
man, we had a guy named Justin Scott Weston, man. I'm like, he was like 6'4", like 225, running
Didn't he
like
play at Mizzou?
nah, he played against Mizzou. He went to UGA.
He did. Oh yeah, Justin. He wore 80. He was like 86.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember. Yeah,
that boy like that. That boy,
yeah. He played receiver.
yeah, receiver
Yeah.
in high school.
Wow, that's crazy. So you
Yeah,
was playing. So okay. So you saying Mark Rick Dabo and all that was coming. So
yeah,
they was coming to
they were coming through for them, but guys like the young guys, that was our time to show up. They come
right.
watch, come to the game, and like we were beating everybody. So first half, these guys out, I get my chance to shine.
Okay. And this was track or was this football?
Football, like it was kind of
Okay.
both.
Okay. So did you so this is my biggest thing. Like, and tell me if I'm wrong. So I feel like personally basketball translates to football better because of the lateral movement. But like
Later, um,
but for you, do you think it was basketball that made you nice at football or was it track?
I say track
Okay.
for real.
For what reasons though?
The speed, like just the consistent grind, coming out every day, running 200 meters, 100 meters,
Right.
800 meters. Like it's nothing to run the football field if I can run 800,
Okay.
400. Yeah,
So then talk to me just about growing up in the South.
it's crazy. Like I say, like coming from where I'm from, you either gonna rap, ball, or hustle. Like ain't no, we all trying to make it out. Like everybody trying to move mom out the hood. You know. So like that way it was for me. So me being me, like I had guys go to the army or guys just graduate and work. Like that wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to be one of them guys, be on TV, give mom a shot to get out the hood and see me do something good, just being one of the guys from the hood to put the young guys in better perspective of not wanting to hustle or rap, just go to school, play sports.
Gotcha. So who is like every hood legend has an OG, right?
Yeah.
So who is that OG? Who was that guy that was like yo, like young boy, you got a purpose, chill to get out the streets and get to it and stay on your ground. Who was that?
I kind of say my dad for real, like as a young fella coming up, he had the traveling teams for me, just being my recreation coach. And then as I transferred to high school, it was my high school coach, Dundrell Pincus. He played at South Carolina. Like that was the closest to make it to the NFL from where I'm from. So like just him coming back and being my head coach and dropping the knowledge on me, like I didn't want to go no other way besides that way.
I feel you. And then so your pop, he was kind of like that mentor, but it was like you respected him because he was there, he was the pop and all that, and
Yeah,
he gave you that. Now, was there any hard like talk me through the hard times? Like what was some of the hardships you went through? being from that area? And I know it's competitive, but like, what was some of the hardships you faced, like
So
in that area in that time?
it just, the struggle. Like my mom working 2 jobs. Like my mom was a single mom. My dad moved away to Florida, and like it's her working two jobs, night shift and day shift. So I'm like, dang, I got to do something. Get mom. Just something just to get mom in a better position. So football was the only way. Like if I go to this school or I graduate from this school, I can go to the NFL. That's the thought. Every young guy coming out the hood.
Right. So then, all right, we got Camilla, Georgia, young Anfernee, young playmaker. We got him in Mitchell County High School. You hooping, you running track. Now you playing ball. Now you making noise. When did it click? Like, all right, I'm kind of nice at this football thing. Like, when did it really click for you? Was it a lot of people say junior year? A lot like when did it click for you? Because you was doing your thing from the early time. When did that really click and say, okay, this is something I'm taking for real?
I ain't gonna lie, it clicked after my freshman year of college. Like once I wasn't playing ball.
Wow. Okay. So that's when so the because I was going to get into that. So throughout high school, you was like it was just kind of like you were there. It was in the moment. I mean, just tell me through the high school time. Like, was it fun? Was it a business? Was it because you was? I'm looking at we got ACC, we got SEC, two of the top three power conferences. I mean, right now, SEC and Big Ten are running it. ACC's third just by, the variables, and then you got everybody else. But like those are two power conferences. So like you getting recruited by these guys. You wasn't like thinking I'm nice. You was just always humble. You was always chilling.
I was always like I really didn't know what college was for real. Like honestly, like I wasn't even in the position to go to college while these college coaches was coming to talk to me. I didn't know about the NCAA clearinghouse. Like I didn't take no ACT, SAT scores. Like I did all of this as an upcoming senior.
Wow. Okay. And then like you said you didn't take the SET, ACT. So like when people was preaching about college, did they ever preach academics? Did you ever know that that was something a part of the game, and you was just living in the
So
moment with the
I
ball?
had a school principal that were biased towards athletes because he graduated, went to Kentucky, played basketball, and flunked out. So basically, he was saying like guys coming out of our community gonna do the same thing. So he was like, you need to take the ACT. You got college coaches coming in to check you out. I was like, all right. He was like, you need to study for it. I'm like, man, I'm smart. Like, I'm gonna just go in raw dog the first one, like I'm gonna see what I can do. He was like, you're not gonna make no higher than 15. 2 weeks passed. I made 24, highest in the school. I can go to any college in the world.
You made 24 on the ACT?
24 on the ACT.
That's tough.
So like I could go any school I wanted to.
That's tough. All right, so cool. So now we got all the pleasantries out of the way. All right. You say you can go to any school in the country.
Yeah.
Where in your mindset from Camilla, Georgia, did Edinboro University in Western Pennsylvania come to fruition? Because I know that they came to the track meets. I read upon it, but like, yo, bro, like you're getting recruited by Power Fives. How
So
did
like
you end up at Edinboro? Talk me through that whole scenario.
I had this other guy from a rival school that was recruited by the same like college coaches,
Yeah.
but they was more into it with him. Like they was coming to check him out, coming to his football games. Like with me, it was just a phone call or they would send mail. So as it translated around to a signing day, I was running track. You know, coach came from Edinboro, Pennsylvania to come watch me run. So I'm like, he came that far. He telling me where he's from. He stayed the whole week. Like we were doing sectionals. He stayed the whole week, Monday through Friday, to watch me run. Like nothing else but watch me
What
run.
coach was it? What coach was that?
Scott Browning.
Okay, I heard of him. I remember him. Yep.
And he was telling me, like, man, we need a running back to come in and play ASAP. Like our running back hurt, you
Right.
know. He was talking good. So I went with it. Everybody else was telling me like, I'm gonna come in, compete. You gonna battle, freshman, this freshman, that. But I'm thinking like, man, I know I can play it. So basically, it was just on something like I didn't want to go to where the name was big. I wanted my name to be big.
So then Edinburgh comes in. Now, how many? All right, so total, talk me through it. How many schools did you end up getting recruited by when it was all said and done?
Maybe like 15, 16 schools total.
Okay. How many of them were Division twos?
Two,
Edinboro and
all been the state.
up in New York.
Nah, it's in Georgia.
Okay. Got you. Okay. Um, so you committed to Edinboro. Why did you commit to Edinboro? What made you decide that that was the school?
I mean, he was telling me I'd come in and play like instantly. I wasn't having to wait, you know. Of course, I was gonna have to battle, but he was telling me I would guarantee playing time.
Got you. But let me ask you this as a counterproductive question. Like you come from a situation where you had to grind, right?
Yeah,
So like was it you just wanted to continue the legacy from high school and be like, all right, I'm gonna be the guy that come in and start as a freshman and make noise, or was it like you didn't want to just be this because like D1 is like some people go there because they just want to rep the name and rep the patch. Some people
yeah,
like you was nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you wasn't nice to play D1. I'm
yeah.
saying that like certain people had a certain reasons. What was your reason for not going D1? Because like that's that's major. Like that's you're in a major market if you do that.
So with me just not knowing like really about the NCAA D1 Power Five, just me having a chance to go to college like and play like that was major to me. And then he promised me the number two. Like then no other coach promised me the number two. So you know,
It was a number.
kind of in the deal.
I got you. All right, so cool. So you finally get to Edinboro. What was that transition from the south of Camilla, Georgia, 2 hours from Atlanta? I see you shaking your head to Western Pennsylvania, up in Lake Erie, where the highest it get is 70 degrees.
Man, I mean, I'll say homecoming. Like that homecoming, like I woke up and it was freezing. Like I ain't ever been that cold in my life. And it just get in the locker room and seeing seniors just rubbing Vaseline all over themselves. Like, man, do what you got to do to stay warm. And I'm like, what? You know, it was kind of shocking. Like, it was really crazy for real. I want to go home. For real though.
Did you get that? Did that homesickness kick in? Like
Yeah,
seriously?
it kicked in bad.
Got you. So let me ask you this: at the time, you were at Edinboro. Now I understand that you got a young 2-year-old, right?
Now she's 4 now.
She's 4. Got
Yeah.
you. This is all from the bio, but did you transition into that? Like, talk to me about the fatherhood aspect of it because I know you became a father. Did you become a father at Edinburgh or before?
No, it was after. It
Oh,
was
was
like,
it?
yeah, during the time when I
Okay.
was,
So tell me about that because I know you're talk to me just about the first season at Edinburgh. This is before fatherhood, first season at Edinburgh. I know you went crazy. You was D2 freshman All American, 2015 preseason All American. Like, just talk to me about that whole first season because that was before Fletch, right?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
my year or two before Fletch.
All right. Yeah. Talk to me about that season.
So, like, I mean, I came in and I just went to ball and I got hurt. I only played 6 games out of like 11, 12 as a freshman. But I was hurt mainly the end of the season. It was like the coaches want like, the interest that they had in me when I first came in. When I got hurt, like it changed a lot. But we had an offensive coordinator by the name of Mike Miller, and he would keep me motivated, keeping my head, keeping me going. And it was just like, man, I'm out here by myself. Only Georgia kid. I done got hurt. And one of the coaches, he was like, I forgot. He made a crazy statement. Like, we do with horses that can't run. And it's like, yeah, so it's like it threw me for a loop for real.
Wow.
So like academically, I went to dropping, like my focus wasn't there no more. And I just wanted to go home. End up leaving. And like
But you
my
were there. You were there your whole freshman year, though, right?
yeah,
You played.
until like I left early in the spring.
Right. Got
Yeah.
you. But that first season, what was your record, dude?
I think it was like either 7-4 or 6-5.
Okay. So you were going through the season, and I mean, you was balling. I mean, you had a real good season. I think you ended up with like six touchdowns rushing, over 500 yards rushing, over six rushing TDs. Um, and like you doing your thing. Like, was there any moments you was like, all right, like I can make this work? Like, was it any good points in that? Like, was it any like, all right, this is it? Like, I think I'm home now. Was it a game? Do you remember? Like, what was that?
most definitely Sippy Rock. Like the hype about the
Rock.
yeah, the hype
The
about the Rock,
Rock.
it was so good. They got the best linebackers, DBs, in the P set. So my first carry, I went to the house, 53 yards, touchdown. And I'm like, man, the Rock, they not like that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, they not like that, man.
Yeah.
And I ended first half, I had like 123. Like I didn't even know it until I got a like, boy, you already over 100 yards. Came back out after halftime, got a inside zone and tweaked my ankle. And it's like, man, I couldn't walk on it, couldn't run on it, really was frustrated. But I was still trying to play through it, but messing it up even more.
Right.
You know? And like, man, it was just like my focus changed. I went in one focus. I'm thinking I can't play football no more. My ankle really messed up. And they was talking about surgery. I booked on surgery. Like I wasn't trying to let nobody cut on my ankle. They
Yeah.
would tell me to be able to run the same. So like I booked on it.
And then now, so the season's over, so you didn't get the surgery, and now spring comes, and I think that's when you left, right?
Yeah.
So talk me through that. You leave for the spring, you go back to Georgia,
Yeah, back to Georgia.
okay, and then that's when you have your daughter.
Yeah.
How was that?
So like when I got back to Georgia, this guy from semi-pro football hit me up. So I was playing like semi-pro for like maybe a year, and like I was killing everybody. He was like, "Man, why don't you go back to school?" And I'm like, I kind of left on the bad academic side.
Mm,
So like I had to do all these things to get back in school academically just to play football. So like once my daughter was born, it's like, man, just like 2 days after I called Mr. Todd J and I was like, Todd J, I just had a little girl. I'm trying to get back in school like ASAP. He was like, well, you got to do this, that, and third. You got to have over 2.5 GPA. So I called like this tech school. I enrolled in school. I got all A's and B's. Got the GPA that I needed. Phone Todd J, told him, sent him over my grades. He was like, well, you got to show Edinburgh that you can do a semester here. I was like, all right, that's cool. No football though. I just had to do straight school when I came back to the borough. Like COVID was hitting then, so like it was easy to do it online. Coaching style changed. Bradford, I
yeah.
think, and then Coach North come in. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's 2019. Still no season, but I still got to do school. So it's like it's a got to now. Like my daughter got to eat, you know. So it's different. It ain't just me now. Like I got a young one that looking up to me, so she got to eat.
Right.
We got to eat. So I can't have those academic mistakes that gonna mess up my athletic. What I got going on athletically.
Right.
So focus changed.
So let me know that, man, because like honestly, this whole thing right now is just really to like give the next like Anfernee Williams, a lot of them perspective on life, right? So like, how did you balance it? Like that adversity, because it was adversity. I mean, having a daughter is a beautiful thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Having kids is a beautiful thing, but like you got plans, you got aspirations, and then you get hit with that. Like, what was that like? And being away from football, like, what did that mean to go through that process for where you at now?
Man, like what I'll tell you is like stay focused. Like mainly I mean, adversity you're gonna go through it. Like I went through a lot of obstacles. Like for one, like you said, I was an All American freshman. Soon I get back in the hood, all I'm hearing is, "Boy, you stayed in school, you going to the league. You do this, you going to the league." And it's like, man, the thoughts that used to be running through my head, like just crazy. So once my daughter was born, it was on some like, man, I really could go to the league. Like I really can do this, no matter the age I am. Like, and then I had a cousin get drafted in 2018 to the Colts. So it's like, nah, I really know that I can do it. Like we come from the same place, like same background. Like what I'm waiting on. That basically like what I'm waiting on. And I looked at my daughter and it's just like, man, I got to now. I gotta go get it. It's there for me. Like I had unfinished business at the borough. Like, I didn't want to go to no other school but the borough.
Wow, that's what's up, man. And like I said, so it sounds like that from what it stands is that you kind of needed that almost, right? Like you
Yeah.
needed that. You was
God,
rock.
he placed her in my life just, just for me to go get what he already had written for me.
Exactly. No, I feel that. So, like, how's life now? I mean, balancing fatherhood. You know, obviously, is she in the borough with you, or is she
Back in Georgia.
she
She
back in
started
Georgia?
August 1st, man.
Okay, so talk me through that. Like, how's that dynamic now that you a father, but you a father from afar and playing ball?
So like early in the morning when I get up, I be up like 7:15. She calling. Like she calling to get me up. Like,
Yeah,
damn, school, where you head to practice? I'm like, yeah, like, like she knows what's going on. Like she's my motivation. So basically, like, it's really not I really don't look at it as me being afar because like she's always right here in my heart. So like she know, even if I have to step out of meeting or anything to take the phone call, then Coach Nuff know like she's come first. So it's basically like it's a mental thing. Like I'm just keeping the mind strong, focused on the future. Like I'm providing the future for her from afar.
absolutely, man. Listen, like, I only got 10 minutes left with you, but I needed you needed to tell that. Like, you needed to say that, and I'm glad I got you on. So what I want to do is, it's one more thing I want to do, but before that, man, just like for like 3 4 minutes, just like just tell exactly, what you say in the meetings. I know they probably called you up and was like, we want Anfernee to speak to the team because you got a real story. Like express that. Like, what is it that you want to tell that next person, that next player, the young players that's going through what you went through? What's the message you want to get to them?
Just don't give up.
Dang. Oh, I think he logged out. He logged out. Damn, I think his phone died. Dang. His phone died? Yeah. Because I tried texting him and it ain't sending. So I think his shit died.